Welcome, one and all. Um, Welcome to the very first transit talk of the entire year. And I just realized how symbolic that this is the first transit talk of the whole year. Woo! What's up, y'all? Um, yeah, this is really awesome. Starting it off right with Mars and Aries. Um, yeah, definitely keep in mind that a lot of how you take action will fully define your character. So, in other words, everything up until this point was really rearrangement and shifting your perspective. So now you can ascend up that mountain. Okay. Other than that, stay tuned. I will be pulling the super chat at the end of this broadcast. Lord of the Ruler Powers Airs. I just recently received somebody shout out to Laura. Laura sent me the other day. I got a huge package with mad gifts. I got Naruto Uzumaki socks. I got a Akatsuki shirt. I literally got this new Hermetic Tarot deck. My day was made yesterday. It was amazing. I also got this book, Healing of the Soul. So thank you, Laura. Love you. Much appreciated. I'm definitely going to be pulling a super chat with these cards, breaking them in. But other than that, let's do a ritual. Let's start this off right. Because shout out to anyone who has Mars and Aries. If you have Mars and Aries, put the fire sign emoji. Okay. Put the fire sign emoji. All right. Because we're starting off this cycle. Whether you have Mars and Aries or not, it's important to know that a whole lot of how you move forward and take action is going to define not only the rest of the year, but how you harness your power. And the reason why this is called power realization is because ever since 2010, the extensive, complex work that we've cycled around to evolve your sense of self is all for this period, 2019 and 2020. This is where many of you will truly step in to the fullness of your power, and it will definitely allow you very powerfully to not only harness your true power, but to finally understand a lot of why many of you had to go through what you've gone through. This understanding isn't like just a one-time thing where it's like, I suddenly understand. But this is one of those transits where it comes into great perspective. So, everything about Mars and Aries is savage. This isn't Mars and Libra that's like, oh, let's have class here, let's make sure that everyone's fair. No, F that crap. This is Mars and Aries. Mars and Aries is savage, and it will give you these hands, period. Don't play with Mars and Aries at all. And it's squaring all this Capricorn energy. Is it just me, or are many of you kind of feeling subtly ticked off? It's not. This is a collective vibration. The reason why everyone's on edge is because of this very intense square where people's sensitivities are starting to reveal their true characters. Okay. This is why I'm saying, above all, don't allow yourself to get triggered. Many of you are being attacked by dark forces to prey upon your insecurities within your soul and reflecting voices of people that you're at odds with. Okay. It's definitely allowing you to sense the hidden suppressed emotions about people you don't get along with and to sort this through, but do not attach to it. Don't worry about how real most of these hallucinations or experiences may be. You just need to resolve this energy within yourself and not get triggered. Unless you're a Cancer moon, it's impossible to have Cancer energy, Aries energy, and not get triggered. Okay. My Mars in Aries has been getting hella triggered. My progressed Cancer is getting hella triggered because you guys are being targeted. And what happens is when you get triggered, you give off so much energy and so much power, and you're feeding it to them. Okay. So I want you to comment a water emoji or a moon emoji. Like many of you, here's a common example. Many of you who feel a little bit insecure in your power or gaslighted, you're going to hear like energies or from people's body language like, oh, you're crazy, or oh, you're delusional, or oh, you're weird, or there's something wrong with you. This is solely meant to trigger you. And if you're feeling this, see, the Neptune and Pisces quality of this is that, shout out to those of you who don't feel insecure, but the Neptune and Pisces quality of this is actually keying you into the fact that there's certain energies telepathically and energetically projecting these. Even if it's not in the same time and space, you could be picking up on certain people's negative thoughts that they have about you in different areas, and you may pick it up as something totally different. The whole purpose is to abstractify this and make sure you do not respond in a triggered form to this energy. The fact that you're experiencing this is a symbol of your victory. But the way the dark forces work, Pluto is the main reason, by the way, this is happening. The way the dark forces work is that they twist your victory and they make it look in the darkness of confusion like it's a failure. Okay. So if you were not victorious, you would not have these dark forces trying to prey on your confidence in yourself or lack thereof. And let me tell you why this is super important during Mars in Aries. Mars in Aries is going to solidify the need for you to step into your power like never before. And there are dark entities that are using people and handling them to be narcissists, to just spread nothing but lies, to twist perception around people. And you have to understand none of that deserves your attention. Don't feel like you have to address it because you literally have support. Real people are supporting you. Universal forces are supporting you. You don't have to address that petty crap. It's going to seem like you do, though. Every Aries understands this. The Aries square Capricorn square is having to deal with societal pressure, because Capricorn is next to Aquarius of community, that makes you feel that you have to bend to that pressure. There's two sides to this. The first side is you could be too Aries. You could be so self-centered that you need that government control or bigger force to put you in check so that your selfish actions do not affect the whole. The other side of this is you can get so influenced by society that it takes away from your individuality. And this is the part that we're battling. This is the perception war where you have to fight for your right to do what you desire. Mars in Aries is pure rawness. All right. The only other purity of raw energy is Mars in Scorpio, where it has at least matured and developed that intensity. You have to understand with Saturn square Pluto and the sun that will be squaring Mars shortly, this is psychological manipulation that you must fight. How many of you have realized on a very subtle subconscious level that there are people who every time you make a decision, even if you're right, they subtly change it. They're like, no, you got to do this, or no, you have to do that. And it's constant. It's like everything you say or everything you do, they twist it to where it's like, yeah, you might be right, but you have to do this. That is not on purpose. That is narcissistic, manipulative behavior. So that subconsciously you see them as an authority. After all, they're constantly correcting your moves. Now, the reason why this is going to be uncomfortable for some people is some of you are uncomfortable putting yourself in a position to stand up to anybody and telling them to shut the hell up. Okay, that is your homework, by the way. Whoever you need to tell to shut the hell up, tell to shut the hell up. Like, you want to bring a militant attitude, because we're not bringing flowers to a war field. All right, go walk on a World War II battleground with flowers while people are shooting in the trenches saying, peace, guys, peace. You're gonna get tore up and you dead. Okay, you cannot allow yourself to get played. When Mars is in Libra, then we're not going to be militant. We're going to be compromising. We're gonna actually act strategically. We're not there yet. We are in a very forceful, powerful area where people who have adept skills, see, because everyone who has supernatural psychic ability mastered, they're not going to tell you. Let's put yourself in their shoes. If you're able to manipulate people with psychic ability with such fine precision, like Virgos, Scorpios, and some Pisces do, would you tell anybody you can do that? Oh, and a lot of Capricorns. Would you tell anybody that you do that? And I'm not saying that those zodiac signs are bad, because the zodiac signs with integrity, they protect other people who do that. Like the coolest person is a Virgo or a Capricorn with integrity, or a Scorpio, because they have those psychic abilities and they can actually point out when people do it to you, and they'll protect those they love. But normally, you know, Libras, all the last zodiac signs with no integrity, they constantly read people's minds. They constantly prey on people's insecurities. The first 6 zodiac signs are more selfish with their power, so they're not as manipulative, other than Cancer. But the last 6 zodiac signs are outer focused, and they're all about how they can control and manipulate others. But in the light, with integrity, it's how they can make others feel better. So with all this extra dimensional Capricorn energy, you need to rise up to any force within you that's trying to control you. Okay? Especially, like, I've cut people off that have definitely, for some reason, are trying to subtly manipulate me or subtly pace things. Because if you confront them about it, they're not going to admit that. And that's the narcissistic. And someone asked, I wonder if I could be a narcissist. Everyone has that capacity within them. In my humble, honest opinion, the rhetoric around narcissism is inherently biased, and it's inherently subjective. There is such a thing as a sociopath. There is such a thing as a psychopath. But in this sensitive generation, people are so easy to label, oh, you're a psychopath, oh, you're a sociopath, when regardless of whatever science is involved, it's not that black and white. And so, you know, certain people could just be going through certain stuff. Shout out to Kirky Cosmo. Definitely looking forward to having a peace talk with her next week. She's amazing. Okay, so looking forward to that. Other than that, you know, it's time for no more BS. Okay, up until this point, you know who has to be confronted, and Aries will confront you. So this isn't any passive aggressive psychic warfare. The time for that will come when we're in Mars and Cancer. I would not advise you confront anyone. You want to be indirect, but we're not there. Okay, we're not there at all. At all. And until then, it's very important that you allow yourself to confront who you need to. And this is going to require courage, and this is going to require power. Now, this isn't all bad. I'm just talking about the bad stuff first, because we have to clear Capricorn. Once we get into Aquarius season, my friends, this is going to be some of the most exciting things ever, because a lot of you had to spend time internally. Okay. A lot of people were introverted. There's a lot of extroverts that had to be introverted. And they were thinking, am I introverted? No, you're not introverted. Everyone had to spend time within. We had Jupiter and Scorpio. We had Saturn and Capricorn finally. Like, everyone had to really reorganize. This is going to be the first time in a long time where everyone is able to express themselves and come out. We're going to have the Sun in Aquarius, sextiling Venus and Jupiter in Sagittarius, sextiling Mars and Uranus in Aries. When it comes to art, when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to social development, when it comes to drama, there's going to be new, fresh waves, themes that are going to give people hope, that are going to actually push people out. Just like Diablo said, this is the year of authenticity. All right. It's a decade long, but this year kicks it off for a lot. Those of you who have been wanting to kind of express and emerge from your shell, this energy is going to be challenging, but if you push yourself out your comfort zone, you'll be able to. Very primarily, very primordially. And what's very important is that you don't take crap from a single person. All right. There are people, entities, and energies that want to prey on your emotions and subtly manipulate you. This is fact. Can I quantify this like a Virgo? I'm not a Virgo. I'm just a messenger. Please take what I say with a grain of salt. It's not like I'm giving you the gospel truth. I like to think I'm telling you the truth. Some of what I tell to you might be foreign to you, might not make sense to you. Take it with a grain of salt. Sprinkle it around on your souffle. Whatever resonates with you, take it. If what I say is BS to you, you don't have to listen to it. But trust me when I say, do not allow yourself to get triggered. Aries and Cancer, I'm talking to you especially. All right, I am talking to you especially. And it's very important that you allow a lot of the direct energy being targeted towards you to remind you of how powerful you are. Because the way this triggering happens, shout out to Exo Goddess that nothing triggers her anymore. The way that this triggering happens is that in a certain level and sense, you come into some guilt or shame. This is how the dark forces work. Let me post this real quick. The dark forces work in shame and guilt because the only thing that can get rid of your spirit and your light is to dampen it by some false sense of humility. Okay? This is a cheat sheet for how to identify who is subtly manipulating you, whether they're aware of it or not. And if they're unaware, you better make them aware with the light. Or who is just having no respect for you. Because the way dark forces work through people is that they're going to act like they're helping you. This is the new fake wave. Oh, I know what's best for you. I'm helping you. Let me help you. You need to do this, this, and this. You are a sovereign being. Unless you ask somebody, stop getting in the habit of letting people to tell you what to do. It doesn't matter if someone gives you great unsolicited advice. Stop accepting unsolicited advice from people because it makes them believe that they could just tell you what to do with your life. Tell them to shut the hell up. I don't care if someone's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Hey, you can do this. Tell them to shut the hell up. Give them that fire because it will work and it will direct to the spirit within them, controlling them to control you. Don't entertain any of that because how you take action will define for the rest of the year how a lot of this works. Okay. And Mars in Aries is going to last from January 1st to February 14th. If anybody, and this is energetic too, before it's vocal. If you're in somebody's space and their body language and the way they're treating you makes you feel or gives you the impression that you need to feel shameful for being you and guilty for being you. We're not talking about the you that you have to present yourself to because there is a place for Libra. There is a place for Libra. There is a place for Capricorn. And mainly Libra, there is a time where you have to take the raw quality of how you think and feel and put it behind you and polish it. Especially when you're addressing a lot of people, there is a time and place where you have to put your own selfishness aside and say things to connect with others. This is not that time. You have to be you. And not the because there's a you that you could have to kind of change so that you are accepted. It doesn't matter if you're accepted or not. You have to be uncompromisingly you. The you that wakes up with no makeup before you get in the shower, eyes crusty, and you don't give a damn what you're saying, how it sounds. It's original and it's raw. That inherently intimidates anybody who is fake. That will inherently intimidate anybody who has no substance. Because people who are manipulative and have no substance can't stand a raw person. They can't stand you, Aries, because you'll tell them to shut up, and you won't. All the social nuances that they hide behind, Aries doesn't care. Aries will fire in your face and be like, "Shut up, you fake," and it makes them uneasy. Okay, this is what you need to evoke. And so for this ritual, we're just going to set the intention. We're just going to set a very simple intention to very powerfully step into our power. Because from January 1st to February 14th, you're going to be building on momentum to add so much rawness and authenticity and realization of who you are and how you originally act, that the way you act is going to fundamentally evolve. The best thing of this transit is Mars and Aries are going to move into Taurus together. It's going to take Uranus until March, but Mars is going to go into Taurus on the 14th of February. Valentine's Day, very symbolic. Hi, Rowena. And so the purpose of this ritual, take in a deep breath, breathe out gratitude. It's important to know that you don't have to have all the answers, okay? We can be sway, and we cannot have the answers. It's all good, whether it's Ralph or not, though, okay? I want you to breathe down your diaphragm and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in your diaphragm. Breathe out gratitude. And as you maintain this breath and breathe in satisfaction, there is an emerging sense of your power that is expressing yourself. Many of you, as soon as last night, have realized that the reason why certain people take a defensive or antagonistic approach towards you is because they're completely intimidated against you. Or there's just something about you that they can't admit because it will reveal their darkness and compromise them. And I'm not pitting this as a you versus them, but it is a you versus them dynamic. It's almost like a you versus the world dynamic, to be honest. Aries versus Cap. So really keep this in mind, because this emerging sense of your power, you just want to set the intention to fully master and to fully step into. So let's just take some time to breathe in, feel all the stress draining out through your feet and into the ground, okay? I call upon the forces of light as we connect our energies to dispel any darkness, to dispel any manipulation. And what I'm going to do, because, I mean, dark forces can try and hit us with interference. I was talking with Crazy Bull, and right when we started talking about dark forces, my computer reset. So I'm going to start all these transit talks and all these live videos with a prayer. At least all these transit talks, okay? I call in all the forces of light, banish the bonds of manipulation that seek to keep us stuck, reveal anyone in all of our lives who has negative intentions for us. We have people in our lives who masquerade as light in order to get close to us so that they can slowly but surely manipulate us. And it's hard for us to trust our intuition. Allow us to fully step into clarity of who these forces are. Reveal them as plain as day, and give us the power to confront them and banish them from our life. Banish all the forces of darkness who seek to keep us stuck, shameful and guilty now and forevermore. And so it is. And so I really want you to just breathe in and just release any single feeling of negativity, let the universe take care of it. Let the universe give it up. All right. And I want to really stick with this. The universe cannot help some of you, no matter how much you pray. And while I'm saying this, just breathe in, breathe out. And you know what? Let's just meditate for a little bit, because I have this habit of saying let's meditate and then I talk. So let's just breathe in. Let's calm down. Breathe out gratitude. Release what is blocking us. Feel that energy. I want you to slowly feel the inner fire come from within you and fill up your whole body. This is your Mars and Aries power. Okay. This is your fire. Practice having that fire around you. And if you could press that like button, hit that like button. It's very important to know, as you step further into your power, the dark forces controlling people or manipulating people around you will reveal themselves. Your light will cast a darker shadow, and you're going to start to see people uncharacteristically more angry at you, irritable towards you. That's because their true colors towards you are being revealed, especially if they're irrational, especially after this live and prayer we just did. So just breathe this in. And as you breathe in satisfaction and breathe in the vision of you at your highest power, and breathe out gratitude in your reality, feel your inner fire welling up. And let's just take some time to feel this. So I want you to continue to maintain this breath while I continue to speak. But first thing I have to say is, there's some of you who the universe can never help. There's some specific people watching this right now who the universe is trying to help. Your spirit guides are trying to help you, but you will not let things go to them. You will not let things go to them. I was a little guilty of this. I let certain things go, and then I immediately get triggered when I see somebody lying on my name, and I see a certain somebody, acting like a little brat. And, I finally let that go once and for all. And that mine is at a minor petty level. Some of you will not let go of ways you've been hurt. Some of you are holding on to hurt for years ago. And your guides in the universe is saying, will you please let it go to me? How can you say you believe in me, but you won't let me handle certain issues? Some of you are afraid to surrender. Some of you are afraid to let go. Some of you are afraid to surrender. Some of you are afraid to let go and allow the universe to handle some things that are very important to you. Some of you are afraid to let go and let God. And you have to understand, you're being completely phony if you say you believe in the universe and you believe in God, but you will not let go your issues and problems to God or Goddess. So please, right now, let go, because we're in a new phase of this. You can't keep that old stuff with you. Let it go right now. And you'll know it's hard, because it'll feel like, no, I have to hold on. That's not you wanting to hold on to it. It's the spirit of pettiness that has gained identity from feeling hurt from this. Some of you are letting people who've moved on from hurting you make you feel sad. Not those people making you feel that, but some of you are letting that hurt make you feel jaded. When It doesn't matter if you're being gaslighted. It doesn't matter if you're being ganged up on. It doesn't matter if certain powerful people are hurting you. Do you believe in spirit? Because a lot of people don't believe in spirit when it's time. We love to believe in spirit when we want to be happy. When you're thick in the midst of trauma and drama. Oh, and it works the other way around too. A lot of people like to pray when they're going through bad things, but then when everything's good, they forget God, which sucks. But a lot of you, when the going gets tough, you start to question your faith in spirit, who has always had your back before birth. So how many of you are ready to finally let this go? Now that we're connected with the rest of the tribe, please let this go. Be the greatest thing you've ever done. Okay? Fully surrender. Fully surrender. Fully surrender. It means that you will not know how things will play out. It means that you might be in the pines. Stay in prayer constantly, like Heidi said, and develop your connection with spirit. It means that, like the hangman, you will not know what's going to happen, but you can let it go. If you can control it, take care of it. If you cannot control the situation, if there's nothing you can do about it, do not hold on to it. Let it go to who you rock with and trust that they're working on it. Period. For example, I went out my way to apologize to somebody, not apologize, to create peace and balance and to squash a misunderstanding in private. This person takes that to the public, twists the image. I clarify and comment, they delete the comment because in this person's mind, as is since the get-go from all this, all they want to do is lie about the situation. All they want to do is confuse and manipulate the perception of how other people see things with their higher platform or whatever. And what do I have to do? Just let it go. There's nothing I can control about that. I said my piece and I let that go. That person wanted to take that private conversation and act like, oh, I'm finally whatever, admitting to something. I completely let that go. I had somebody else who wasn't even involved in the situation tell me, hey, from what I can see, whatever you said spoke for itself. That person trying to twist your stuff looks like a fool because they almost look immature that they're doing it like that. And that let me know, okay, spirit is working behind the scenes where just like someone else told me, you have people who support you. Don't underestimate at all, the support you have. And, it doesn't matter at all how a situation may look, whether you're outnumbered, and even if you have seemingly powerful forces against you, if you walk with spirit, you cannot know defeat. And I want you to hold me to this. Don't just take my word for this. Do it. Test it out yourself. Experience it. I want you to have faith in spirit throughout this transit because this Mars in Aries is semi-sextiling Neptune and Pisces. That 12th house effect is saying you're going to be taking original action that you may not have all the info about, but you have to have faith in. So put your faith in God. Put your faith in spirit and hold me to that. See if you get screwed over. Okay? There's a story of a king who had a servant, and the servant and he praised the servant, and the servant is like, everything happens for a reason. The way God works, he makes sure everything happens for a reason. And they go out and a wild animal attacks and the servant protects the king from the animal, but the animal cuts off one of the king's fingers. And the king is like, what happened? I thought you said God makes sure everything happens for a reason. How could this happen for a reason? And the servant is like, hey, I don't know what I can say. All I can tell you is God does not make mistakes, homie. And everything happens for a reason. And the king was pissed. The king was like, throw this Neanderthal or throw this nobody into prison. How dare he hit me with this stupid postulation and rhetoric about some imaginary God who allowed my finger to get cut off? Well, the next day or a couple of days after, and this is just a parable, a story, the king gets kidnapped by some people who want to create human sacrifices. And they get to the king and they're like, "Oh, damn, you're not a worthy sacrifice. You're not complete. Go away." And so the king makes it out. And the king is like, "Oh my gosh, I walked out with my life intact." And he releases the servant from jail. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, I was about to die, but because my finger got cut off, I lived." And the servant was like, "See, everything happens for a reason." And the king was saying, if everything happens for a reason, then why did God allow you to be put in jail? And the servant was like, "Well, if I wasn't put in jail, I would have been killed and sacrificed because I would have been complete." Everything happens for a reason. All right. When I started my journey and I didn't know where the hell I was going to go after I got kicked out for making the decision to continue being an astrologer, not by my mom, but after I had to leave the place I was at for choosing to be an astrologer, where I could have quit it, and I said, "No, I'm going to go." I didn't know where I was going to go. And I ended up meeting somebody who needed their car driven from Wichita to Venice Beach. Everything happens for a reason. I had a calm peace within me. I could have been very, very, very distraught. I could have been very, very, very stressed. Where am I going to get money? What am I going to do? Every single thing was mapped out. And it to this day, because of that and other such things, because I always had a spiritual background, but because of that, I've had nothing but faith in the universe. Well, I can still have more faith, but nakshatras are on point, by the way. But it's very important that with this Mars and Aries, many of you are going to be called, but few will be chosen. And it's in a sense where you have to choose yourself. You have to choose to believe that you are capable of accomplishing the plan that God has for you, that Spirit has for you, that the universe working through the Holy Spirit within you. Okay. There are sleeper agents who have awoken. And this is why you need to trust your intuition. Anybody can say good things to you. Anybody can say bad things to you. There could be people who give you nothing but gifts, presents. They always flatter you. How do you feel in your spirit when you're around them? All right. You don't want to base this solely on feelings because that's irrationality. You want to have a healthy balance of discernment and intellect. But do you feel off? Because just like they're children of the light, there are children of the darkness. And this has been their time. They don't know that 2024 they're losing and the light will come back and win. But until then, this is the final battle of darkness. And this is very reminiscent to the time in the book of Revelations where God's elect go through the tribulations. Many of you watching this are a part of that. Whether you believe that you're Christian or not, whether you believe in God or not, many of you are being called back to God. I'm seeing people who used to read tarot cards. They're Christians now. All right. And I'm not saying that you have to be a Christian, because the way that this energy works is not labeled. All right. Your faith in God is not going to be like, "Oh, you believe in this religion, so I'm not going to love you." It's about your actions. It's about your authenticity. Many of you are being called back to the path of integrity. Many of you have already either been there or you're being called back to the light. And that's because it's almost time for the end to start anew. All right. With this Mars and Aries, the light codes that have been downloading in your body since 2003 are finally integrated and in a position primarily to have you identify who is who. so that you don't see your family as blood, but you see your family as astral. These light codes that are activating within you throughout the next month and a half are going to be activating latent abilities, extra and increased energetic output, and a higher quality of discernment that is going to reveal truths that you have always felt but weren't able to be aware of. You're going to finally be able to confront individuals that you had a weird feeling about, but you couldn't put your finger on. Now those scales are going to fall off your eyes. The reason is because some of you act too quickly. Spirit knew that if you knew the truth before, okay, and nakshatras are like decans, but they're Vedic astrological principles that really talk about lunar mansions within the degrees. But for those of you who might have seen the truth before, it's like you would have rushed to the final boss before you went through development. Now it's time. You're still not anywhere close to your true potential, but now it's time to move forward as such. And the reason why this is kind of difficult for some people to understand is because a lot of people make things into an extreme. Like, this person doesn't agree with me, so they're a bad person. In many of these cases, it's not about who's bad. It's not about who's good. That's all subjective. It's purely energetic. There could be someone who is a genuinely good person. They're just not meant to be in your life, or you're not meant to be in their life. And it has nothing to do about them being good or bad. It's just honoring and acknowledging what spirit reveals. All right. Allow this to come up and allow you to confront this as it comes. And you have to have courage, because the square to Capricorn is pressure that can bring nervousness. There's supernatural power that is emerging from you that has everything to do with the level of quality of fierceness and originality that you tap into yourself. That's why there's been a very subtle but slow and sure agenda to make everyone apply the collectivist thought, to where if you don't believe what society believes, you're a bigot, you're not socially conscious. If you don't allow this group of people to allow you to dictate what you can say, what you can do, they're clouding it with a noble social vision, but the intent is not pure. The intent is to control, to manipulate, and to have their way over your way. And the importance of this is that what it's doing is it's blinding some of you from your own original ways of doing things. Like Summer Solstice says, do not conform, because in order to tap into this supernatural power, you have to do it in your own unique way. This is how twisted we are in, where certain people are reading books, certain people are searching the internet, certain people are reaching out to other people so that they can learn how to utilize power within them. There's nothing about that makes sense. Your own unique power that only you can do, no one else can teach you. And here's the controversial thing about it. For many of you, the reason why this is so hard for you to do is that in order to harness this power, it directly breaks social rules and are inherently taboo. And many of you from birth have been brainwashed to look at this level of desire with shame. Let's take, for example, Mars and Aries. The whole facet to just walk into a room and be like, I'm here, motherfucker. I'm here. What the fuck is good? Boom, I'm kicking the doors down. I feel desire and I want to act on that desire. Oh, you're not allowed to say that. That's a curse. No, you can't be that way. You have to be mindful of other people. No, you can't just desire people. That's going to make other people feel awkward. This has been slowly chipped away. Slowly but surely. chipping away at your right to have desire, to where we have men out here who are reasonably so are very afraid to desire other people. Because the way it is now, men and even some women have to sign consent forms. It's like, if I express my desire to you, are you going to turn around and say I harassed you? Are you going to turn around and say that I'm bothering you? The reason that this is necessary, the balance, is that it could easily go the other way. And there are cases where people abuse their power and they get super selfish and they cross boundaries. But we're not talking about the same thing. The crossing of boundaries in which you harass someone else is not the true form of Mars and Aries, which stands in their own power, respecting other people's boundaries and still desiring. You have a right to feel sexual and desire sexually anyone or anything. The reason why it squares Capricorn is don't play victim when you take that action. You must take responsibility for everything you do. Don't blame someone else. You must take responsibility for everything you do. But on the flip side, you should never feel guilty for desiring someone or something or a goal. You should never feel guilty for taking original action. So many people in a society where so many people are wanting to do what looks cool, they're wanting to do what will help them get paid because they have a need to put money in their pockets. They wanting to do what's going to make them look good. The last thing they're doing is what's original to them. And so they're playing themselves. Everyone who's going to win is everyone who is willing to be consistent and do them. Gary Vaynerchuk has a moon in Aries, I believe. This is the perfect time to binge watch Gary V videos because he gets it. He does not give a damn about what other people think. He doesn't care about being a perfectionist. He's waking people up and he's like, yo, if you have something to do, do it. It doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. Just do it. Be consistent. Put it out. Stop trying to get a car. Stop trying to get married. So, I mean, you get married if you want, but don't let your goal be to get this boy or girl, to get this car, to get this house. Your consistency and goal should be the gratitude in doing what you love and make a lifestyle out of that. Period. Where is your focus at? All right. Gary VEE. Check him out if you don't know him. He's the real deal. And please make sure you hit that like button, by the way. If you haven't hit that like button, let's show our presence. This Mars in Aries is no joke because Mars has been super pissed going through the zodiac, watching people be super inauthentic, watching people manipulate power for their own ends. It's an Aries that's ready to knock people out. It's next to Uranus. It's ready to just go crazy from 0 to 100. So there's going to be high volatile energy that expresses itself through this transit that will bring people out of their shells and manifest uncharacteristic behavior in many. All right. You can sense this in Aries. Like a lot of people are at their breaking point. And, you know, we might unfortunately see some casualties through this from people who can't control their energy or people who just blow because they just can't handle the pressure anymore. But the way you can deal with this is to make sure every single action that you take is authentic to who you are. And this is how you do it. This is the Uranus hack. So the homework that I said is anybody who is disrespecting your authenticity to do what you want. Like when it involves more than one person, you have to compromise. But anyone offering unsolicited opinions about how you should live your life, not considering to respect your view, tell them to shut the hell up. Doesn't matter if they try and be sneaky and sleazy and say it nice or they're direct. Look them in the eye, tell them to shut the hell up and tell them, don't tell me what to do. It doesn't matter how childish that sounds. Tell them to shut the hell up. The hack here is, who is your super self? Because Uranus and Aries wanted you to realize your super self. Okay. The person who I feel has been doing this the dopest, uncompromisingly, is Dolo the Pilot Man. Dolo the Pilot Man's at Aries. So he will not even bat an eye before he tells you he is Archangel Uriel. This is something he believes truly, and he knows truly. That to him is his super self. That was his Uranus and Aries activation. Okay. I have opened up about being Archangel Michael. I can prove it with my astrology chart, just like he proved it with his astrology chart. He has his moon in Antares. I have my sun in Aldebaran. Where Archangel Michael is, I have a moon in Capricorn. Great angel, archangel, blah. Okay, and that's just one way of knowing outside of direct confirmation. I have talked to many people who have said, oh, well, I'm actually Archangel Michael. Oh, well, me and my twin flame channel, Archangel Michael. And, you know, that to me was a test to really see, hey, how much do you believe in who we've revealed who you are? Because remember, these are just labels. So when I say I'm Archangel Michael, that's just a label. That's ultimately a symbolic representation of how, as a human, I can understand an archetype. You're more than your name. You're more than just an angel. You're more than just a god or goddess or being a human. Okay? We're stepping beyond the language of symbols into Icaros and into actual, shout out to David Palmer and David Palmer, and into actual light codes where you experience this knowledge. Okay? So everything about this is personal. Who is your super self? Who is the higher version of yourself in reality that you know yourself to be? Because Aquarius season is going to make this super crystallized, and you're going to be taking action from that. All right. When I take action, I'm like, how would Archangel Michael act in this situation? Because this is how I'm going to take action. I can let this get into my ego and be like, oh, I'm an archangel in human form, blah, blah, blah. I'm powerful. I'm strong. But that wouldn't be authentically what they would do. I use terms like this just to remind me who I am whenever I get, you know what I'm saying, discouraged. And when we're talking about archangelic vibrations, it is a much bigger vibration. I'm sure there might be another human being who channels this energy through their vessel even more fully than I do. I'm not going to claim that I'm the only one that it's possible to have, but I'm going to focus on where I am here, and I'm going to work on defining that. It is my job to show you what it means to be this being. Period. I think I've done a pretty good job. Shout out to Archangel Gabriel, New Age job in the building. But this is where you're taking action to legitimize and show this forthright. You've seen the synchronicities. You've seen the signs where spirit is kind of showing you this. It's time for you to step into this. And in the stepping into this, you will find that the more you tap into your super self, the more you step into your higher light, dark forces will literally manipulate any darkness within you to make you feel unworthy of that, to make you feel undeserving of stepping into your super self. Anybody who calls yourself their friend, who calls themselves your friend, anyone who acts like they're cool with you, but they always constantly put you down, they're always trying to make you feel guilty or shameful about yourself. Doesn't matter if to them it's a joke. They're trash. They don't belong in your life. They might be cool to other people, but to you, they're trash. They don't belong in your life at all. And you're only playing yourself if you keep people like that in your life. These dark forces working through people that feel intimidated by your light have to respond that way. And so when you feel that, especially telepathically, you need to smile. Like, this is what Jupiter and Sag is. This is a confirmation of your victory, that your light is irritating demons. Let me tell you the truth. There's great deception here, where a lot of women find empowerment in being witches. All right. The true empowered sense of a woman is a high priestess or a true queen. There's not a lot of witches for real. Like witchcraft is bloodline specific. We're in an age where, in an effort for people to kind of gain empowerment out of rebellion, people picked up elements of and facets of the occult. Ooh, I'm a wizard. Ooh, I'm a witch. I can cast spells. You only get yourself in trouble that way. It doesn't work like that. Like, that is passed down from lineage to lineage. And it's only because many of you haven't inherited your true birthright. Shed that, unless some of you truly are. Like, for example, Candace Loft, right? That's in her birthright. That's in her family. Like, she's with the shits for real. Like, that's a true authentic. I wouldn't even call her a witch, because I feel like she's even higher than that. But she can claim that. If she was to say that, it's in her family. Like, she knows the procedure to it. She didn't have to learn it from the internet or books. Like, that's her. That's very few people like that. It is 100% inherited. If some of you felt like you were, I'm telling you, you're only underestimating yourself if you think you're a witch. Like, you're way greater than that. You have an authentic sense of your identity here. Okay? For those of you who authentically live this, we see you. Shout outs to you. I'm not talking about you. Keep doing what you're doing. But keep in mind, there are many people. Shout out to Candace, by the way. Love you, yo. If you're watching, I definitely look forward to collabing with you in future. But it's very, 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 very important. Just like we walk in the light through the dark, there are people who have fully given their souls to the dark. There are people who know. That's why it's like, stop trying to change people. The most arrogant thing you can do is try and change and heal someone. That is super arrogant. That you're acting as if spirit isn't already working in their life. Like, you're not a savior. You have to focus on yourself. There are people who have given themselves to darkness. There are people who commit to darkness, to commit to confusion, to commit to adultery, fornication, negativity, deception. Like, they live and breathe this, and they're making their move. So your light will irritate their darkness. Watch out for people who get triggered by the truth you say when you don't even address them. They're operating with the spirit of darkness, masquerading as light. I had to distance myself from certain people. I'm not just talking about one person. Certain people who, for some reason, feel like the posts that you're saying are about them. Oh, why are you throwing shade on me? First of all, I'm a Mars and Aries. If I want to say anything about you, I will tell it to you directly. I will call you up and be like, yo, I don't do that subliminal stuff unless I'm making a joke and wear it if the shoe fits. I don't do that subliminal crap. The reason why they get mad is because they do that subliminal stuff. They're the ones who write subliminal posts about people. And so they think that other people are doing it because that's what they do. Anyone who feels like that is guilty. They're projecting their inner guilt towards you. Okay. And someone asked a very important question, Crystal Hansen. How about witch doctor? Had one attack me. Well, the reason why I'm bringing up dark forces, trust me, dark forces have power. When Moses went to Pharaoh, it was like, yo, homie, you're gonna have to let my people go. I know we used to know each other. You know, I grew up with you, but all this enslavement, you're gonna have to let my people go. Like, now. Like, what's up? And Pharaoh was like, okay, whatever. What you got, son? And Moses turned his rod into a snake. And Pharaoh wasn't even like impressed. We're talking about a high Egyptian principality. So it's like, okay, I mean, I have astrologers and psychics that I work with. What's up? Can you show me something? And they're like, yeah. And they turned their rods into snakes too. Just like you do light work, there are people who are they have their own techniques too. But what happened? The snake of Moses ate the other snakes. So many of you give power to these dark forces because you get hit with anxiety and you start going through a series of unfortunate events. And some of you act like babies and you forget you're on a battlefield. When someone is getting shot at on the battlefield, they're not like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm getting attacked. They steady their gun and they fight back. They remember who they're fighting for and they fight back. We are in spiritual warfare. So stop playing victim. I'm so glad Crystal asked this question because a lot of people like to play victim and be like, oh, I'm hurt by generational curses. I'm getting psychically attacked. Like, I will let you know you're getting psychically attacked, but I say it to empower you. A lot of people like to play victim, like, oh, my life's going to crap because I'm getting psychically attacked. You're playing yourself. Every time you feel and evoke fear, you have to summon that energy to feel it. You're feeding them that fear. This is a fact. You have the power to trample over serpents and scorpions. It doesn't matter how powerful a witch doctor is, which they exist. It doesn't matter how powerful the psychic attack is. The moment you make the decision to walk in the light and to walk with spirit and to let that go to spirit, then just like the children of Israel, who they sent Balak, that wasn't his name, a prophet to curse them, a very famous prophet who anytime he cursed people, it happened, right? God made it so that his curses turn into blessings. Because when you walk with the light, nothing can test you. Nothing can hurt you. And many times, spirit puts you in the midst of darkness so that you can experience the challenge. All right. People think that when you walk in light, it's some prosperity gospel. Like, yay, I have all this money. Yay, my life is positive. That's not how God works. God is going to put you through the challenge so that you can bulk and level up and be like, all right, I can handle myself with God. I can handle myself with my spirit guides, with spirit, with my family, with my team. And many of you have to be comfortable in the darkness to shine your light. Many of you have to be comfortable having true faith, even when it gets the darkest. Do you still believe in yourself? Do you still believe in spirit? Archangel Michael, as powerful as he was, Archangel Michael is like probably the most powerful angel in heaven, and he fought over Moses' body with the devil. Okay? Archangel Michael wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna screw you up, Satan. All right, I beat you before when you tried to take over heaven. He had no ego. He said, may the Lord rebuke you. He put his ego aside, let go, and let God handle it, and devil dipped. And many of us, see, that's the trap with Mars and Aries. This is why I say don't get triggered. Because with that Mars squared to Pluto and Saturn, you're going to have people looking down on you. You're going to have people doubting you. You're going to have people acting like, oh, you don't know what you're doing with your life. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. And it's like the being who you walk with is so powerful. To even acknowledge all that pettiness is almost insulting. You really can't allow yourself to get triggered. It's okay to make mistakes. Some people have very reactive energy, and it's almost impossible not to. But you must recenter yourself because did you notice the only time you get triggered? Did you notice? And comment a fire sign emoji if this is true or not. Whenever you get triggered, it's always when you're focused on your path. It's always when you're believing in yourself. It's always when you're doing what it is to better yourself. Now, this is when these dark forces come in. That's why you can't trust them. That's why you can't even acknowledge them. Because it doesn't matter how cool someone thinks they are. If all they do in your life is keep you down and to remind you of facets of your past as to why you can't upgrade in your present or future, that person is a child of evil. That person needs to wake up and rid themselves of the handling they're doing. And I'm telling you, like, there's so many people who masquerade in light. There's so many people out there that can give you an accurate tarot card reading. And people are like, oh my God, it was so on point. Oh my God, it was so on point. This person's legit. And that doesn't mean anything. Anyone can divine. Anyone can literally learn how to read tarot cards at a basic level. What does their fruit show? Are they constantly putting people down? Are they constantly putting up this posh attitude like they're better than the people they're even reading? Or are they uplifting others? Are they not too cool for others? Anybody can be spiritual. How many people actually have fruit in their spirit? Period. And now Jupiter in Sagittarius is going to bring to light all the psychological, psychic dynamics that have been occurring since 2009 that sparked off in that cycle. Victoria Crosley nailed it. Everyone is psychic. A muggle is someone who has magic who doesn't believe in their own magic. And so they shut themselves off to the limitless potential that they have within. A muggle isn't someone who can't do magic. It's someone who doesn't believe in their own magic. All right. None of you are muggles. That's why you're watching this. I hate to use the term muggles, though. It sounds weird. But every single one of you at some capacity believe in yourselves. And that's why you're going to move forward victorious. Did you know that less than 1% of the population is a little over 10 million people? 10 million people is a lot. Okay, thank you, Chad. Muggles is necessary. 10 million people is a lot, and it's still nothing. It's still minuscule. 10 to like 20 million is still less than 1% of the population. Okay. You have so many people who still don't believe in astrology. You have so many people who are very lost. They don't believe in themselves. They really feel like at some level, they need to prove themselves to people they don't even know. You have so many people who are literally blocked from having freedom of expression when it comes to having religious freedom. Literally, if you go in a certain place in the world and you preach anything against that law, they're killing you. That's not freedom. And so when I say we're outnumbered, it's a very huge reality. Who you represent is completely revolutionary. This spark of greater consciousness. And from 2009, borrowed from a cycle that started since 89, and before that, 71. The last two times Saturn was in Capricorn, there has been a very dark, manipulative force that has had its hand on humanity. And the children of light who are here to find the other children and band together are not affected by this illusion. That's why so many of you are so confused. Like, why is it that so many people are falling for clear brainwashing? Why is it that so many people can acknowledge at a certain level that things are not really operating the way they should, but they are powerless to it? They won't do anything. That's because a lot of people sign up to be a part of the deception. One of the biggest lies in the world is that we're all meant to get along. We're all meant to be unified. That is a semi-noble ideal, but as you grow older, you have to mature and realize that every single person has the conscientious decision to do right and do wrong. And people choose to do wrong. It's easy to be manipulated And just like Clear Blue Jay, we can't judge their lesson. Huge truth. There's some people who are manipulated since birth to do wrong, but they come to their own and then have to make the decision if they will continue or not. And that is their own path to walk. It's not up to me to judge, because they're going to have to take responsibility for that. But there's a very manipulative force that wants to ruin the reputations of people who they feel are going against their agenda, to strike down and mobilize forces of people who don't even know that person. Meanwhile, people who are really in their life, who are able to forgive them and let it go, they're dismissed. But people who don't even know that person feel like they have the right to judge people who they've never met because of some false righteous level of indignation. And it could very easily happen to you. In some cases, it already does. What is my message to you today? None of that matters. What is your goal? Who is your greatest self? And what actions are you taking now to get there? People will feel so bothered and tell you you're delusional, you're crazy, something's wrong with you. But they will never go up to your face, sit down with you, and talk about or take action on what realistically can be done to change that. They think they're too cool for that. Oh, you need to handle this on your own. It comes from a narcissistic, entitled view to feel like they have the right to dictate who you are when these people don't even know you. At least family can, and when certain members of your family do this, it doesn't make it right, but at least certain members of your family know you. They can talk from experience, and then in that discourse, you can actually express yourself. You need to stop paying attention to losers, literal losers, who feel like they can psychically project their feelings on you when they have done absolutely nothing to take any action to remedy the situation. All right. If maybe they tried, that's a different thing. If someone just maybe is rubbed the wrong way by something you might have done, they have every right to feel a certain way about you. But you also have every right to tell them to shut the hell up, grow up, and to completely dismiss what they're saying. And for many of these cases, you're not focusing on them. You're not the one that's chasing them. You're not the one trying to get in their life. They're trying to assert their own opinion on you. That is a clear indicator that you're winning. That's why I call them losers. Your spirit is irritating their demons, and they're feeling that sense of loss because they don't have any hooks to click on you. And this is the main thing. These are the last two messages that I really want to share with you. The light codes in your body, ever since 2009, 10 years ago, that have been slowly but surely manifesting since the South Node came out, since the North Node came out of Aquarius into Capricorn. Is that right? Yep. No, is that? Yep. Is now ready to manifest through your emotions so you could feel your power at its depth and so that you can make authentic action. Throughout this transit, my friends, you are going to be called to take unconventional action that is only unique to you. And you can't not do it because it's weird. Because it's going to be super weird. You have to do it because it's original. And in that originality, you maintain integrity. Okay? You don't want to be too original that you come out of integrity. Or too raw, rather, that you come out of integrity. You want to be so original that you maintain integrity. The trine that this is going to make to Jupiter, that last that like from February 9th to 14th, and even before, like all of February, the first 2 weeks of February is when you're going to kick up this fire, because we're going to step into Aquarius season. And now you're going to be around a lot of extraordinary people who are aligned with your tribe. And you're going to be taking action that's expansive, that opens you up to amazing possibilities, and that very much so allow you to be in a position very powerfully to step into your power. Okay. One moment. I'll be right back. So, other than that, you want to make sure you're single-minded to focus. These light codes are basically what Mars and Aries is you're emerging your supernatural power. Now, this is going to invoke supernatural experiences that will make you question everything you've learned about reality, especially in regards to other people. And the purpose of this is you manifest the power and the energy, and what you do with this extra power and energy will define who you are, and you will realize your power. This is where the stuff you've learned at a subconscious level emerges consciously. And it's like, wow, what do I do with this superpower? Who are you? Do who you are. Okay. The next message is to make sure you don't allow people to trigger you. It's easy because people will come at some higher narcissistic rank as if they have the power to talk down. Anyone talking down on you, tell them to shut the hell up. Whether you say it like that or whether you say it in a different way, you need to reclaim your power during this realization. And it is so important that you do so, because that last part of February, when Mars conjuncts Uranus for the final time, oh my God, Mars is going to conjunct Uranus direct 29 degrees. Don't mind the tabs, guys. We started off here at 5 degrees. It's square Mercury. This is what's having you clash between taking original action versus processing information in a way that sustains your integrity. At the end of the month, we're going to start to activate greater this trine between Jupiter and Venus while the sun's in Aquarius. And this is going to really manifest and produce super exciting and wild opportunities that will require you be original and just do. Don't think about what you're doing, just do it. Okay. And then improvise as you do. But let me tell you, February 14th, the 11th, 12th, and 14th, especially the 10th, where we have this moon transit, we're going to have a conjunction of Mars and Uranus, 29 degrees, y'all. I need to explain how huge that is. There will never, ever, 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 ever again in anyone's lifetime, unless some of you, are secret vampires or you have a contract. Like, there's a legendary few of you who aren't going to die. Like, you're going to be here for a while. You'll live long enough to where they actually have sustaining energy to have you live like up to the 200, 300s or whatever. And there's a few people who are going to, for some reason, choose to stay. Okay. Shout out to Michael Brooks, who just ordered an astrology report. We're never going to experience this again. This is Uranus at its peak consciousness. Uranus at its peak consciousness, 29 degrees of mastery conjunct Mars. This is the full total realization of your power and super self that you will immediately manifest physically once this moves into Taurus. It's huge. Everything up until then is slowly building up to there. Okay? Slowly but surely building up there. And this is very important because the way a lot of this expresses itself will have a lot to do with how well a lot of you are in a position to make well on how much you believe in yourself. Okay, you're going to have that decision where everyone is saying, do this, but deep in your heart, you have to do that. Are you going to believe in yourself and do that, or are you going to fold under pressure? Because it's the person who does that who sparks something new that no one else could know because they're not them. Think of new inventions. Think of people who said it's impossible to fly. It was the innovators who decided to say, bump that, I'm making a plane, homie. The Wright brothers created something to fly. If they didn't believe in themselves and they listened to the doubters, they wouldn't have been able to step into a world and reality others have. And trust me when I say, when I'm talking about supernatural power, I'm talking about the supernatural power and energy that people say is not real. Like, if you were to tell a scientist you can fly, they should laugh at you. They shouldn't, but they would laugh at you. If you told them you believe you could fly and you could touch the sky, they're going to laugh at you because gravity weighs down at 9.8 meters per second squared. And unless you can kind of go around that or manipulate the laws of physics, no, you can't fly. And yet, those of you who believe in magic can transcend physics laws. I put physics in quotes. And this is where many of you are going to step into a different sense of yourself that steps you into this new cycle of getting used to harnessing your supernatural energy. Within conversations with others, like this is really hard for Sagittarius to do. This is really hard for Pisces to do because the sensitivity that they have with other people who trigger their power more, it's like a Sagittarius can just talk to you and then all of a sudden they start seeing visions. And it's like, spirit, chill. I'm trying to have a regular conversation. Stop showing me about what's going to happen to them in the future. All right. You just have Scorpios that don't even want to get around people because it's like, oh, I don't want to feel all their negative juju. I don't want to feel what they did last night. And it's worse for Pisces because Pisces has Neptune. So Pisces will just reveal the ultimate revelation of your life. And all they're trying to do is just have small talk. Like that's how bad it is. Like Pisces is the sign that's like, I hate small talk. I hate small talk. All the signs that are like, I hate small talk. None are like, oh, I just want small talk. Like, I'm tired of all this crazy shit. I just want a normal interaction. And you will never have that in your life again. Like, welcome to the new reality. Pisces and Sagittarius are in the new reality, fixed in Aquarius, where everyone else is having to adjust and shift. That's why I love being a Gemini, because I get to like pop in and out mutably. It's like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. Oh, thank you, Sag. Okay, this is what's happening. Like, it's ridiculous. And in the full belief of who you are, and what it's important to know, this is where the dark forces gain their play. You don't have to have all the facts. You don't have to know it all. Okay? Don't allow people to make you think that because you're making mistakes, you're doing something wrong. You're born to make mistakes. They're your mistakes. And listen to me so carefully. The secret to your power will be in the mistakes that you make. Don't demonize or shame what you're doing wrong. Eddie Dude said, what about Virgos? Virgos are having to live split between this real life and dream life. Like they're having to fully be awake in this real world and they're having to fully be awake in the dream realm without coming back and being tired. Because when you're awake in the dream realm and you're actually evoking energy in increased REM states, you're going to wake up tired as hell. And your mission, Virgos, is to be fully awake in the dream realm and then still wake up with energy in the real realm, which has been super hard for some of y'all. Okay, so keep that in mind, Mutable Tribe. And everyone else, it's very important to know that your own power is going to be showing you. Jupiter in Sagittarius represents the ascension of light, the evocation of God light, and the ability to now see into the meaning of everything that's occurred. You're going to realize there's certain things you've done that were wrong and messed up, which they weren't wrong. They're only wrong subjectively to other people who feel like their opinion matters over your life. But compromise where you need to, if you want to. And when you reveal the meaning of certain things that occur, it's important that, because some, especially, I think earth signs are tripping themselves up about this. I don't know who lied to you, earth signs, and made you feel like you have to do every single thing right. You don't even allow yourself to make mistakes. I can understand it with Capricorn because they have Saturn and Pluto. So like one wrong move can fuck up their shit. Excuse my language. But you're not called to do everything perfect. And some of you are inhibiting yourselves because you don't want to make a mistake, which is the dumbest. You're going to make a mistake. Throughout this whole year, you're going to make a mistake. But what are the purpose of mistakes? The purpose of correcting energy, Earth, is so that you do it, you analyze, Virgo, and then you change. You have to make a mistake to improve and perfect. Will Smith was one of the people who said it the best. Fail forward, people. Fail forward. Don't stop moving forward, whether you fail or not. Okay? Make your mistakes with swag. That's why I love being a Mars and Aries, because people try and manipulate me and be like, oh, you did this, you did that. And I'm like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. Oh, yeah, that's a little cringy, but I did that. That was me. That was me. Yeah, I did that super awkward, cringy thing. You're not going to shame me for it. I take pride in doing it. I take responsibility. That is taking your power back. And people will twist what you do. Neptune in Pisces square Jupiter in Sagittarius is seeing the truth and then someone twisting it to mean something else. It's driving Sagittarius crazy because Sagittarius is like, yay. Sagittarius's problem was people just can't see. And when people see, they will know. Because what's the third house of seeing? Sagittarius, Aquarius, knowledge. This is why they say seeing is believing. Starry Ari. Starry Ari is a very skilled Toltec shaman. One of the most authentic I have the privilege of meeting. And I'm totally going to collab with her on some videos here. So show her some love. Check her out. She's legit. But Sagittariuses have just been so like annoyed because it's like, no, it's all good. They just have to see. Once they see, they'll know. But now Neptune's in Pisces and people are so delusional. So it's like people are finally seeing. And instead of acknowledging the truth, because the light of Sagittarius is exposing where people are false, they're twisting it. They're like, oh, well, this is what it means, right? Oh, well, it doesn't mean what you're saying, Sagittarius. It means something else. And your trap is to feel like you have to prove Don't help people who are in denial. If they want to stay in denial, let them stay in denial. Whenever they're ready to accept the light, if it's not too late, they'll do that. Okay? If so, you need to focus on you. Trust me, when all this energy is back around in Libra, Virgo, this is when we want to focus on other people. We're not there right now. Focus on yourself. Okay? Because Venus is trining Mars, the most exciting, amazing relationships are going to invigorate and spark. Those of you with partners, a side to them is a wild passionate side to them is going to descend upon you and demand sex from you that you didn't even know was possible. And you're going to be excited at first. And you're going to be like, I could get used to this. And then like 2 weeks later, it's like, oh my God, let me be. Why are you using me for so much sex? Okay. And for those of you who are single, you're just going to start looking desirable to people who probably didn't see you before. And don't let yourself get played. Some of you have such a lack of self-esteem where it's like you'll let somebody who didn't love you before start to love you just because they see stuff is doing well. Some of you are like that, okay? Some of you who didn't have such great self-esteem, you let somebody not see your value before and curve you and like disrespect you. And now that they see you're doing good, now they want to be in your life and you'll be like, yay. That's not a victory. That's a defeat. You have effectively let that person know that they were right in not seeing your value before. And you've effectively let that person believe that your value is ascribed to the external indicators that edify you. And that's a lie. Do not allow this is your own personal preference, but I would not allow anyone who didn't like you before your glow up, because that's what Jupiter in Sagittarius is, the glow up. Regardless of if you've been killing it before then or not, everybody who is walking their authentic path this year is glowing up. Jupiter and Scorpio transformed everybody. Okay. Jupiter in Sagittarius is the glow up. If somebody was too cool for you before your glow up, do not let them experience or enjoy your glow up at all. Anyone who felt they were above you, because there were a few select people who, before you glowed up, they still showed you love. A few select people before the glow up, when you were still in Jupiter and Cancer, Jupiter and Scorpio, looking at your ugly side, really, really working through like some very dark parts of yourself. There's still people who gave you your space, but they were still there for you. They, with non-judgment, allowed you to go through what you're doing. They gave you advice where necessary, but they never looked down on you because they're going through what they're going through. Okay? They were not cool. They were not too cool for you. And so when you glow up, show them some love. Help them out in their time of need if they have it. Let me tell you something, especially with this Mars sextile Aquarius, sextile Jupiter, everyone's going to be acting like they're your friend. Everyone's going to be acting like we cool. Oh, love, light, unity. Let's be friends. Everybody can win. Ooh, I'm so glad I have a salty ass Capricorn moon. I'll just pull up the receipts. Excuse me, who are you? What? We're friends? How long? How many times have you called me to see how I'm doing? Who? What? Depart from my sight. I do not know you. Period. Peace. That's when you're going to see me really live up to the peace dealer. I do not know you. This is hurting. Hold on. All right, guys, don't get seasick. Don't get seasick here. Okay. Other than that, it's an amazing time to make a lot of new friends as well. So keep that in mind. Pluto star, be gone thought. There are certain people who will, and listen, someone asked if Aquarius will find love. I don't think you know. When Sagittarius wins, everybody wins. So everyone's coming into some love. Then let me tell you, and we're going to do it before I pull the super chat. We're going to do another spell. I want to recurrently call in relationships. Okay. We need to claim this. All right. Everyone's finding love this year. Whether you're in a relationship or not, if you're in a relationship, you're going to have an amazing, passionate burst to your relationships. If you're single, you will find multiple potential. Everyone's going to find love. Hold me to that. No one in 2019 will not have at least 3 days to 2 weeks of a love triast. The question is, are you going to keep that love? Everyone wants to find love, but are you going to keep it? Okay. Before I talk more about love, okay, I highly recommend you guys hit up my website, thepeacedealer@gmail.com. No, that's my email. Thepeacedealer.com. I have my reports available. I have my consultations available. Okay. I've changed my website to where you can see my availability before you order. So you can look at the calendar, choose a date, and then schedule and book. Okay. I'm really open right now. I think the rest of the week I'm booked, but next week I'm open. The week of the 20th, I'm open. I'm totally open February and the week of the 27th. Okay. So seats do fill up pretty quickly. I really hope that it's not too pricey for you. All the readings that I've done have been super accurate. So, if you really do feel the need for some guidance, holla at me for a consultation. I have now available 20-minute consultations for just $100. So sign up as well. And for any of you who, oh, nice. Good job, Kristen. Nice. Other than that, it's available. If you would like a more tarot report or a text report, hit me up on Instant Go. All right. Hit that like button, by the way, show people we're here. And also subscribe to Future Life. For those of you who want to get exclusive weekly horoscopes and moon sign reports, please sign up at Future Life. I have those available there. Okay. But we're going to do a ritual right now to call in our soulmates and to also enrich current existing friendships. The way we're going to do this is through friendships, not through direct. If it was Libra season, we'll do one-on-one connections, but we're calling in our soulmates with the focal point being a community where we connect as friends. So many of you following this will probably get invites to go out from people. Don't, unless you feel uncomfortable and your intuition is saying not to, don't dissuade that. The real question is, can you sustain a union? Can you keep the love? Okay. For a long time, there was meant to be separation from twin flames and sacred partners because people had to work on themselves developmentally. Did you notice we've cleared all the energy? We've cleared all the Libra energy. We've cleared all the Scorpio energy. Now is the time. So many of you are going to have a lot of opportunities to have sex. Many of you are going to have a lot of opportunities to engage romantically. This is why I said, where's your integrity? How pure is sex to you? The reason why Saturn and Scorpio and Venus and Scorpio want sex to be pure is because now that Jupiter's in Sagittarius, Zeus is going to hook you up with so many opportunities to have sex. But Saturn and Capricorn is like, is this person going to have sex with just anybody? Is this the type of person to have sex just because it's available, or is sex sacred? All right. Can you marry the last person you had sex with? Can you marry the last person you ever had sex with? And trust me, given the darkness that people are operating with, like there's certain people who are starting to see into the light and be motivated, but there are a lot of people who don't, they're just throwing themselves away. They're having sex to fulfill some lack or void in their soul. You want to have sex with someone who you can truly bond and merge with. So the opportunity will be there, but that doesn't mean you have to engage in it. You are going to have more opportunities to connect in love with people than ever before, but that doesn't mean you should. And the question is, can you keep it? Because it'll come to you. It'll fall in your lap. You will have the opportunity to make that first move, but can you keep it? Do you have the integrity and commitment to sustain it with reliability and consistency? Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter how mad someone is. It doesn't matter how much of a tantrum someone wants to throw in front of your face. Tell that person to shut the hell up if they feel that they can take their uncontrolled emotions and make it your problem. Do not allow anyone to project their negativity on you. That is a black magic spell. And some people try and play victim so that they can subtly manipulate you. Period. Okay. I don't really care how vulgar my sex talk comes across because I'm not here to do anything in a way that's socially acceptable. I'm here to give you my raw, original truth. And so many of you are not taking sex seriously. And you're wondering why, some of you really feel, oh, if I just say celibate and not have sex, it'll come to me, when really that's just you compensating for your lack of ability to go out there and put yourself out there. Like, there are people who authentically engage in celibacy, but there are a lot of people who just use celibacy as an excuse to not be social and to just wait for sex to fall in their lap. Okay, I'm a Gemini messenger. If you want something politically correct, go talk to a Libra. They're intelligent. They know how to word things. I'm here to give you that raw, honest truth. Are you getting it in? Don't lie to yourself and act like you don't want passionate, raw, gut-wrenching sex. And for those of you who are too young to engage in this, it doesn't have to express itself through sex. The passion and sexuality of just expressing yourself and being who you are, whether you channel that through instruments, whether you channel that through going on a stage and making love to the crowd and just and sharing yourself out there with people. You have to be willing to put yourself out in that comfort zone. For those of you who are not putting yourselves out there, it's not going to happen. This is Aries, Aquarius, and Sagittarius energy. You have to go out there. You have to actually heed the call and put yourself out there and share yourself. They're not just going to knock on your door. Not everyone's a Scorpio. All right. Scorpio and Pisces and Capricorn can just do the text me thing. Not everyone is them. Okay. And even if you could do that, don't do that. All right. What you put out there, you'll put in. Okay. Shout out to Jax Atlantis. Jax is dope. Jax is actually a new moon Libra. So even Jax will tell you that you still should be raw and authentic. So he's definitely a true Libra with integrity. But keep that in mind, okay? This is a lot about what you want, because getting what you want will allow you to commit to how you can bring what you want to others. And a very genius goddess said this the other day. Whatever it is you want in a relationship, make sure that you're willing to provide that too. Make sure that what you expect from someone is something you're willing to reciprocate. Okay. And no, I'm not talking about eating booty. I know somebody right now just thought about eating ass. I'm not talking about eating ass. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I'm talking about realistically very powerful facets of how you can be there for somebody. So we're 100% going to connect our energies right now, and we're going to call in this relationship. We called in this relationship the last ceremony as well. So this isn't necessarily anything new, but because we're doing it now with this energy, while the moon is in Aquarius, sextiling this, the lightning quick nature of Uranus and Aquarius will strike something within 30 minutes to an hour. All right. Tim and I set this precedence. If you were one of the few who are with us in our Future Life TV New Moon and Capricorn ceremony, which was dope. Okay. And when I start doing these rituals, I'm going to give short time limits, 30 minutes to an hour. Okay. Like, I'm not going to have you wait for weeks at a time. I want you to breathe down in your diaphragm and breathe out gratitude. Now, this energy is Aries focused. So as you envision and breathe in, not the person, because we're not manipulating the person to come be with you. We are calling in the relationship. Once you call in the relationship, that person can reveal themselves as the relationship is here so that they can make the decision to be a part of it. Because you cannot force anyone who is not ready to be in a relationship to be in a relationship. Oh, but you can hold space. primarily so, and accordingly. So this is what's going to happen. Okay? Wow. What's going to happen is we're going to call in this relationship. I want you to just envision, who are you in the relationship? What are you doing? And just feel it. How are you feeling? What are you doing? And what are you bringing to the table in this relationship? This will reveal whether you're just wanting someone to come and do to you versus what you're willing to give. If this was Libra, we would do give and take. But this is all about you right now. What are you willing to do? Okay. And let's just hold that in. I want everyone to imagine and feel as if we're all holding each other's hands. And in this case, we're going to connect our energy. Oh, nice. And in this sense, rather, we're going to connect our energies. Okay. So first, let's link our power. We're going to link our power. Once we have the power of over 450 plus, we're not just calling in our soulmate. Like, the reason why it could be difficult when you call in your soulmate is because you're only calling it in with your own energy in the midst of billions of people. A threefold cord can never be broken. So imagine more than 400. We're all connecting our energy right now. And just all you have to do, because the moon is in Aquarius, so interconnectivity is effortless. Just set the intention to connect your energy with everyone else watching. Make sure you heal your energy first, before and after. And now, once we set that intent, it will be with the power of 500 plus people. So you're going to notice within 30 minutes, something happens. And what's going to happen is you're going to have an opportunity to take action. And if you're single, make that first move, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman. If you're already in an existing relationship, you can take action to rev up the passion in your relationship. So let's take some time and just connect our energies. And as we connect our energies, I want you to breathe in satisfaction, breathe out gratitude. Breathe in what you want to experience and feel. And a lot of this should be lusty. A lot of this should be passionate. This is not prude ass Mars or Venus in Capricorn or Taurus. That's all proper. This is raw. I will have sex with you in public in the middle of a baseball field, Mars and Aries. This is super wild, Venus and Sagittarius. I want you to hit it from the back while I'm singing on a microphone to the whole crowd. This is super wild here, guys. You're not going to get this unconventional advice, okay? You want it to be primal. What do you really want to do? Feel that passion and breathe it out and connect that energy, okay? Cinema sex. This is why, Mars and Venus and Leo, Aries and Sag, they have that porn star reputation. It is a performance. It is a feature-length performance, okay? What is the fun you're willing to have? I now connect all our energies together under this banner of light and love. Any subversive, negative, spying energy and dark forces and agents, cast them away from this live chat now, and do not allow them to interfere with this ceremony and ritual. And now our energies are officially connected. Any of you joining in now, you are automatically connected in. Just set the intention to. And now, as we breathe in our diaphragms and feel this, we're exponentially combining our energies. Can any of you feel this? Because water signs, you will feel this heavily. So make sure you're healing, okay? And just allow yourself to feel this. If anyone comes to mind, feel them, feel that happiness, and let them go. And if they come to mind again, let them go. They represent an archetype of who your spirit is attracting you to. It doesn't have to be specifically them. So you don't create unhealthy attachments. Just allow them to come through and let them go. Open your mind up to anyone new too, if you're single as well. So we're going to take a few minutes to just breathe this in. We're now connected and jacked in. And so this is going to be super powerful. We're effectively manifesting each other's manifestations. So make sure you give gratitude, love, and thanks to everyone in this. Okay, so let's just take some time. As you envision this, see yourself as your super self in this relationship, because in order that there's a catch, you're going to attract this relationship, but many of you are going to feel like, oh my gosh, this person is out of my league, or oh my goodness, this person, I feel like they might be too powerful. The only reason why it seems that way is because you have to step into your super self in order to actualize this. And you take that action from your Mars and Aries super self on Uranus and shoot your shot. Okay, so feel this. We're going to spend the next 2 or 3 minutes just connecting. I just pulled the Six of Cups card, the Lord of Pleasure. So this is confirmation that following this, the universe is going to connect you with a soulmate that you have a pure, innocent connection with. Still feel that lusty passion, but you have a pure, innocent connection with them. Anyone who knows tarot knows that. And the Wheel of Fortune, it's just going to be faded. So this is, anyone that knows tarot knows that, ooh, the Last Judgment, that, don't you love this deck? That the Six of Cups is a soulmate card. Oh my gosh, look. The Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups. Who's ready to claim this? Okay, who's ready to claim this right here? All right, the Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Cups is the result. So we're going to do this. And then after we breathe in, right, we're going to claim simultaneously, calling this in, and then we're going to release this energy. The universe is going to respond to that by, within 30 minutes to an hour, giving you the opportunity to step into your super self and shoot your shot. So don't get stuck. Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? Brr, and the buzzer rings before you take your shot. I would rather you take a shot and miss than not take a shot because you're too nervous. So have the symbolism of the Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Cups in your head and breathe that energy in and how that symbolically means. Okay, faded, new love, psychic breakthrough with the soulmate. It's okay for some of you to feel insecure too. Feel it, release it. Okay, you don't have to be perfect here. You just have to be you. Isn't that refreshing? Like, you just have to be yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. The only flip side is allow that other person to be themselves. Don't judge them to who you think they should be. Allow them as well. If you expect them to let you be you, let them be them. Okay. If some of you feel like you're not doing it right, it's okay. Just breathe in satisfaction, breathe out gratitude. We are all connected right now. So we're super powerful. Let's take in 10 deep breaths together. And as we sync our breath, we're raising our vibration, we're syncing in harmony. And then at the 10th breath, we are going to say, we call in our sacred partnerships right now. Within 30 minutes to an hour, we will have the opportunity to initiate this bond. That's all we have to say. And we're going to say it 3 times. Should we say it 3 times or 10 times? You guys let me know. And then we're going to release. I'm going to do the super chat. Once the connection is cut, you have 30 minutes to an hour from then, and you will see quick results. Okay. So let us do this. And now we're going to start from the first breath in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in your satisfaction and the actual vision of this. Feel it and breathe out gratitude. 1. So let's start it again from scratch. 3, 2, 1. One. Two. I'm feeling that tingle. Some of you are putting in so much energy, it's affecting the rest of us. You're probably a fire or water sign. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. So what we're going to say 3 times, I'm going to say it first right now, and then we'll repeat this. Right now that we've done this 10 breath, our energy is amplified. Now that our energy is amplified, we're going to say this 3 times to take this amplified energy and speak it into existence with the power of over 400 people. Okay. As you can see, some dark forces were cut off as we had a sharp decline. So this is purified now. Okay. We might have some return. what we're going to say is, we now call in our sacred partnerships, and within 30 minutes to an hour from the end of this transmission, we will take action to initiate this relationship. That's a mouthful, and I apologize. But we can say, we now call in our sacred partnerships. We now call in our sacred partnerships. We now call in and manifest our sacred partnerships. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We now call in and manifest, I added that, our sacred partnerships. We now call in and manifest our sacred partnerships. We now call in and manifest our sacred partnerships. And so it is. You're welcome to say and so it is or anything else. All right. And now, right, Frodo? I want to do it 10 times. Let's do it forward. Let's just do it 6 more times for good. Oh, so is it not 3 is good. Actually, 3 is a magic number. So let's honor the magic of 3. Let's honor the magic of 3. But other than that, that's it. Congratulations. Within 30 minutes to an hour, set the intention that within 30 minutes to an hour, this is going to allow you to focus, all right, on paying attention to signs the universe gives. Now, there are certain things I want you guys to keep in mind, because the way the dark forces work is, in order to circumvent, it's like the whole dark twin theory. In order to circumvent you getting what you're supposed to do, they'll put decoys. So for many of you, and if your ears started ringing, that's confirmation that this is working. Not work, it's working, present progressive. So you're going to have more than one opportunity to shoot your shot within 30 minutes to an hour. Some of you choose or have karmic contracts for this to be prolonged. So if it doesn't happen after an hour, it's your decision. You're not wanting to be that quick. Don't worry. If you believe it will, trust me, it will. Okay. You don't have to look for it too. Just stay alert. Some of you are in relationships already, so you don't even have to wait. Just take action and move forward with faith. So let me show you how you will know this is the person or the people. Okay. They're going to feel you. If an opportunity comes up within 30 minutes to an hour or following this and you feel drained, shout out to Dean Norman. Someone just texted you. This is the moon is sextiling Uranus, so it's fast. Okay. We already have a result. Okay. This is how real this is. Trust me, guys. If the person feels you with exhilaration, all right, we're channeling Mars in Aries and Venus in Sagittarius. So you'll know it's them because they fill you with exhilaration and you feel confident. You're going to feel a subtle level of intimidation, but not because they're looking down on you. It's a subtle level of intimidation where you know you have to level up to be on their level, unless you're already leveled up. And this is good. You'll know it is not them if you don't feel anything, because the dark forces can just send somebody and they're like, oh, I heard you did this ritual. Well, here I am. How does your heart feel? Listen to because your mind might be like, this makes sense, but is your heart turned on? Do you feel passion? You will know it's them because when you look at them, Venus conjunct Jupiter and Sag, you'll explode passion in your heart and you'll have this desire to take action. And it's like, wow, I feel like I have to be better. I feel like I have to level up in order to really meet this. that's a good sign. And you should feel a small level of like, not nervousness, but like, you know, the nervousness you feel when you're about to make the game-winning shot. Unless you're a pro and you don't even feel nervous, you just Kobe with it. You're just like, brr, swish. Okay, shout out to Virgos. But this is it. Okay, some of them will come to you. And yeah, this is how you know. This is going to be very exciting. And you'll know because there's an exhilaration. Shoot your shot. Even if it seems hopeless, shoot your shot. It's more important that you shoot your shot than get any results. This way you're teaching yourself you don't allow inhibition to stop you from doing what you desire. All right, y'all. Remember, we got the 6 of Cups. So this is a soulmate that we have called in through manifesting the relationship. I love all of you. I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to do this, okay? I also got the 8 of Pentacles. So it looks like there's a practical work situation and persistence that you can step into and you want to maintain. And yeah, the results that I got for this ritual is the Sun, Lord of the fire of the world. But you're going to have to break through anxiety. Okay, the bottom card was the 9 of Wands, and under that is the Lord of Victory. So it's like the sun has to shine through any anxiety you have. There's happiness for y'all. Okay, stay blessed. Because also what we one more thing. Now that we've said it, release it. Release all expectation. Universe, I let this go. We let this go up to you. We have full faith that this will come in. Shout out to Gypsy Vibes, who just killed an evil spirit. It's clapping time. The results for the clapback season that we did in Scorpio season, or when Jupiter went into Sagittarius, the last day, are starting to come into play now. Or not now, but you'll start to see them come into play Aries season. But because Mars is there, you're starting to step into it. Okay, so we release it. We release this. And now our energy is still connected. So once I end this broadcast, the energy that connected us will disperse like Dragon Balls. And this is when you'll start to see this come through. Okay, so shout out to Jay Rodriguez. Time to go shoot my shot and send that text. The key here, don't feel like you have to put on moves. Just be original. Just be authentic. All right. Be like, hey, I think you're awesome. I know I might not be the only one doing this, but hey, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And who knows? It doesn't mean that you'll automatically, even though we got these cards, take advantage of any opportunities that come up. Okay. And please share your feedback. I am offering a discount. Okay, for any of you who want $10 off my reports, email me at thepeacedealer.com power, and I will give you a link to get the report off $10. If you would like $50 off the consultation, email me the code power. And I will give you a special link to where you can access that. For those of you who would like, I'm offering this discount code. For those of you who stayed this long and listen, it's my gratitude for you. Okay. So if you would like a $10 discount code off reports or a $50 discount code off consultations, holler at me and shoot me an email. Have power in the subject. Tell me which report or reading you want, and I will schedule you manually. Okay. That being said, Empress Daisy, the important message that we have for you is the universe, Saturn, the great one of the night of time. Look at this bad boy. Daisy, you're stepping fully into your power, and Saturn is ready to take you to the top. Especially as Cap moons, everyone's Cap moon is like, you need to get rid of all this lower world. Like certain people with Cap moons who have their sun before Cap, it's like their goals are minuscule. Maybe they want to be famous. Maybe they want to have like a good job. And your Cap Moon is like, yo, you need to aim higher. Like, I'm taking you higher than that. I'm taking you way higher than that. Come on now. So Empress Daisy, this is talking about really revealing the full extent of your power and coming into full liberation and success. Raven S. Cole. We have the Queen of Swords, Queen of the Thrones of Air. This is a bad motherfucker. She has someone's head. This is like any Libra should cut off a man's head if he gets in her way. All right. This is saying you cannot take no shit from anybody. You must be 100% objective, be willing to be blunt. You know the truth, and don't sugarcoat it for a single person. Stay single-minded and focused, and you'll be straight. Lily 626. We have the Eight of Wands, the Lord of Swiftness. And this is coming with the Ten of Swords, the Lord of Ruin. So your spirit guides are fighting for you. The end of a difficult situation is going to occur. Every influence that was in your way, the Hermetic Tarot. Shout out to Laura, who got this for me. Every influence that's in your way. By the way, if any of you guys want to send me stuff, I have a P.O. box now. That's how I got these. So any of you guys who've been wanting to send stuff, I'm doing an unboxing series. I have 3 episodes so I can help promote your business too. Just send me packages. If you want to know, email me, okay? Lily626, very swiftly, all the enemies in your way are getting murked. And you're going to see and hear negative things happen to people. That's a sign that they were doing some juju towards you, okay? Cindy G, we have the Three of Cups, Lord of Abundance. There's celebration for you. And there's definitely energy that's going to bless you very powerfully. Take advantage of any opportunities to go out. This is going to be really amazing. You're going to celebrate abundance. Okay. Joa, the alien goddess, you are amazing. Thank you so much for your continued support. I'm being called to tell you that from a spiritual sense, I feel the aura you send and the selflessness you do. I think you're one of the few people who pray for the tribe on a daily basis, and your prayers have done so much. They might not have been seen or known, but they've done so much. So thank you. Okay. And we have the Lord of Material Success, the Six of Pentacles. So this is definitely talking about you being in a position to step. I accidentally pressed the mute button. So do you guys remember the last thing that I said? As I don't know when I pressed that. Was it while I was talking to you, Joa? Material success. All right, cool. So yeah, to close out Joa's message, material success and financial flow that will allow you to take care of what might have slowed you down financially, Joa. Donna Rollins, the message I have for you with the Judgment card is awakening. The last judgment is going to bring full clarity and change their consciousness of the situation. For you, it's facilitating your superpowers. Okay? And making sure that you're on the right page with it and seeing things for what they are. Swirly 777. All right. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So Swirly 777, You tipped 999 and we got the 9 of Pentacles. You're about to be super rich. The Lord of Material Gain wants to bless you with a lot of money, a lot of money, a lot of money. So the first thing this is saying is that you are stepping into greater independent success. And this isn't the first time I pulled this for you. As far as for advice with this Cancer sun, you want to make sure that you hold distinct and let them know that you're good on your own. Like, don't let this person make you, I don't think they will, but don't let this person with their extra cardinal energy, you have to give them the impression that you're good with or without them, okay? And that you're in a position very powerfully to step very well into greater, luxury. They're going to bring a sense of luxury with them too. Larry Jacko, a special solar return message. Happy solar return, Larry. We have the Lord of established strength. Your ships are coming in. This solar return is going to give you a very clear vision of what you can commit to and how you can move and advance forward accordingly. So you definitely want to do all in your power to do just that. Sweet. Mercedes. We have the 5 of Swords, the Lord of Defeat. Catherine D, I think that was a mistake. So message me after this and contact YouTube too, by the way. But other than that, nice. Other than that, oh, sick. Will you meet your love? There's miscommunication. What's stopping you from meeting your love, Mercedes, is not only miscommunication, but a certain sense of a scattered mind. You're going to have to get through that. Empress, text me about it. You're going to have to get through that, or message me about it rather. And that will kind of definitely shift. All right. Yeah, I mean, if it really is 444, shoot me an email. Yeah, it was supposed to be 444. Okay, damn. So I'm gonna pull a card for you, Catherine D. But email me so we can go through this, because I'll either have to refund you that, but you may be able to contact Google for a refund. But if not, we'll work this through. All right. Luna G. Guided message is with the 2 of Pentacles, stay productive. Okay. And not only, it's totally fine, Catherine. I think this is the 3rd time this has happened. So don't worry. If you're not able to issue a refund, when I get the money, I'll just give it back to you. It's totally fine. I'm going to get it. This cycle of payment, I won't get until the 21st of February. But I'll be able to hook you up the 21st of this month, okay, to get this back. But other than that, Luna G, you want to stay productive. You're putting something into motion from the ground up, and you have the discernment to take advantage of several income streams that'll be coming in, okay? Khalil Lewis. Shout out to Becky Rose. The channeled message that I have for you, shout out to Bobo. Thank you for saying that. The channeled message that I have for you, by the way, I just pulled the Sun card, but Catherine tipping 444 is actually a synchronicity of the outcome of our ritual. So it's actually a huge sign that we're attracting twin flame relationships with this, or angelic partnerships. So it's also a good thing. Khalil Lewis, the channeled message that I have for you is that you definitely want to establish your own sense of value, where you're stepping into a whole new way of being. And this card just popped out, the Lord of Wealth. You have your own sense of wealth and value as well. A lot of money that you're going to step into, and that comes from really stepping into your own version of what success means to you, which might be foreign to other people. K Martin, what's new, spirit guides? You're so bae. I'm just joking. We have the Seven of Cups. Your spirit guides are putting you through a test. Your spirit guides are offering you information that's suspect and that's not totally accurate, so that you can discern how to tell what's them and what's not them. Because you're going through a period of deception that will kind of show you things you might want, but not really be clear. So just know everything that glitters isn't gold. And it's to let you know you can creatively visualize as well to utilize this imaginative energy too. Beltangi, we have the Ace of Cups. So the way I corrected myself, was that the right way, or was the first way I said it right? Okay, I'm gonna get this right. We have the Ace of Cups, new love, psychic breakthrough. Okay, this is amazing. The Lord of the Root of the powers of water. You're stepping into brand new, fulfilling feelings, whether it's romantic or not. It's a deeper connection. All right, Tangi, perfect. Tangi, Bel Tangi. Amen. So you're going to be connecting with spirit and channeling divinity so much more fluidly. Okay, so stay blessed. Bobo, grateful for being asked to sing for a woman of color senator being inaugurated, but I said no because I'm busy. Should I go back and say I'll do it? Yes, do it. All right, unless, because you also don't want to necessarily like doubt your intuition. Maybe you're not meant to, but if you really feel like you should, totally do it. Okay, the card I have for that is the 10 of Cups. All right, so it's going to be iconic. It's going to be a thing. The Lord of perfected success. It's almost as if you doing that as well would definitely attribute to you coming into a greater sense of bliss. So do it for the experience. You doing it is just, it's like you're gonna complete it. It's like it just wouldn't feel right without you, is what I'm getting. Okay. Moonbay, Mars and Pisces. Okay. For the Mars and Aries transit, we have the Three of Pentacles. You're going to be really able to utilize a lot of this vibrant, powerful energy in order to kind of put things together. And you know what the Three of Pentacles is, but this work is going to utilize this passion and effectively bring people together for greater productivity. Goddess Adorn, what is my next step towards fully aligning with my highest path? Your next step is to be totally independent and individual with how you do everything. Ask yourself, how would you solve the situation? What is your most authentic way? And the cool thing is you're already doing it, so you just want to keep doing more of what you're doing, okay? Dragon Dagon, thanks for speaking truth. I am awake and feel stuck on my path. Where do I go from here? We have the Star. The only way to go is up. You must maintain hope. The Daughter of the Firmament wants to let you know that as long as you keep your dreams alive, you are going to accomplish every single one of your dreams. I love the Star card. It's like, it's easy for me to say. It's so amazing. When I started on my path, I got the Star from a tarot reader. And it was saying that the vocation you're on, in my case as an astrologer, it's new. You may not know where it's going, but this is something that you're going to live out your dream. And I'm here. Okay. So don't think that it's unrealistic. You're going to get there. Okay. You're already there, but really hold in faith. And it's also talking about supernatural ability you're being bestowed on by the cosmos. Okay. Andrea Lentz, the channeled message that I have for you is that you are meant to be wholly understood. You are meant to be intensely understood. You might feel like you have to not change yourself, but you might feel like you have to compromise yourself in order to make more sense to people. When the people who are meant to understand you, all you have to be is yourself. And they're going to just get you. And they're going to thank you for existing, because it's like they've been wanting to find an energy like yours. Okay. Shout out to Kiara. Joseph Faye, what do you see for my potential in the near future? I see Huz calling Joseph's phone. No, I'm not even joking. That's the funny part. And we have the Hermit. They're going to be like, where are you, Joseph? We have the Hermit and the Lovers. So we have like some secret love dynamic opening up. This is going to coincide with you tapping into your sense of creative passion internally. It's like on your own, you're going to find a shooting star. It's like on your own, you're going to find your passion. You're going to develop this creative technique that's like yours. And it's going to attract so much cool secret love. Okay. Diablo, thank you very much. The card that we have, the Two of Pentacles. You about to get all the hoes, Empress, all the hoes. The Three of Cups and the Four of Wands. This is amazing. Lord of perfected work, Lord of abundance, and the Two of Pentacles. The current projects that you have yourself engaged in right now, the creative projects and the actual projects you're doing in your work, you're going to come into greater success. You're going to see breakthrough, and you're going to have a lot to celebrate, because a lot of what you're doing is revolutionary in its own sense. And this is going to allow all of you to kind of really reach a state of perfection to build on that foundation. And congratulations. All you have to do is just stay productive like you've been doing. Okay. Miss Kiki, the Princess of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles came out. This just popped out. This is talking about financial flow, and it's saying to just stay committed to your work, because you're in an integral position where it might seem like not much, but what you're doing is necessary for the actual place you work in to continue moving and to actually be getting money as a business. Okay. So this can actually account for raises that occur, but once again, not only financial flow, but just you balancing your money as well too. Goof 1976. We have the Four of Swords, the Lord of Rest from Strife. You need to meditate. Okay. Not only do you need to meditate, you want to put yourself in a position that is allowing you uncompromisingly to, not allow your mind to stay scattered. Any breathing exercises you can do, sleep. You can't sleep too much during this period. Let me rephrase that. If you think you're sleeping too much, you're not. There's no such thing as too much sleep right now. You want to get as much rest as you need to prepare you for what's next. Okay. Sharon Andrea, the channeled message that I have is that you are at war against the dark forces. They're making their move on you. They have definitely already been trying to make their move on you, but they just haven't had any power or pull. You know what I'm saying? So this is important, because a lot of how you personally express your energy is going to reveal victory. You're going to go through a lot of temptation, and you're going to go through some uncharacteristic behaviors. And that's because the dark forces are mad at you, Sharon. They realize that a lot, and it makes sense, because you're such a high level Aquarius. They hate you. Like you've been speaking in tongues, you've been speaking so much of spirit into the place that they're feeling the effect of what you've been doing. So they're going to try and do a last hurrah, but it's not going to work. So just withstand that and claim victory. Okay. How can I deal with my sister? What is the karma between me and her? She's saying she missed me, and her action shows anger and manipulation. We have the Three of Cups. Show her some love. Go out with her. she might be trying to manipulate you, but I think she just wants attention. I think she really just wants more of your time. And talk to her, have a heart to heart with her. Go out, have a drink or two with her, tell her how you feel, if she's even old enough to have a drink, and then see what occurs. Okay. But it looks like the connection between you two will get better. All right. Summer solstice. We have the Two of Pentacles. What you need to know is all you have to do is stay productive. All you have to do is keep to the work you're doing. Make sure you're hands on and you hustle, 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 hustle. And this is going to multiply your income. Jasmine T is what I love about the Two of Pentacles. The channeled message that I have for you is to not give up in the midst of competitive situations. Jasmine T, you're going to enter a highly competitive situation with a lot of people who may seem out of your league. And Spirit wants you to just dance right in because you're going to stand out. And the right people for you are going to see your talents, and it's going to really be good. It won't feel like that moving in, but you definitely want to embrace that. April Howell, the channeled message that I have for you is to trust in the signs and the synchronicities that you have been seeing. The power of truth flows magically and powerfully through you. And you are going to be revealing the truth just by speaking your truth, okay? Not just speaking your truth, but definitely being put in a position to express yourself. Don't allow any fear or inhibition to stop you, because everything you're going to be saying, people definitely need to hear, okay? Horthrax, the card that I have for you is the Knight of Cups and the King of Swords, as well as the Empress. So you're expressing more of your beauty, and you're going to claim a lot of abundance financially, and you can attract unconditional love. But the thing here is you want to be in a position to balance a lot of your romantic side with your objective side, okay? The Knight of Cups is a very emotional individual. The King of Swords is a very objective individual. And this emotional and objective individual is someone you'll come across, but it also represents your need to balance your heart and your head and to make sure you're very artistic, but you don't allow deception to blind you if you interact logically. Sunshine Divine, anything about career. And I'm glad I can help. We have the Devil and the Three of Pentacles. In your career, you're going to have to work with someone super shady. And it's not, I don't think it's something you have a choice of. It could be someone who you find super hot, but be very mindful. It's like you're going to be teaming up with the devil here. And the purpose of this is to not let the devil tempt you. It's to bless the devil with your light and show the devil that it will not corrupt you, but you can make it more pure. Okay, not because you're trying to, but just off your actions and integrity. All right, it's not like you're like, let me fix you, devil. It's like, oh, this person realizes they can't corrupt you, and now they see the light through you. Goddess Melody Martinez is someone you work with too that might be trying to get you in trouble, so be mindful of that. News regarding upcoming court date in my favor. We have the Lord of Dominion here, okay, and the Two of Cups, the Lord of Love. So this is actually talking about a sense of romance and love that if you're connected to anybody will actually help you through a partner. But the Two of Wands is urging you to really focus on what it is you desire out of this. And not only what you desire out of this, but also what are your plans, all right? Speak that truth and definitely look forward with love. The Two of Cups doesn't have to be a partner. Open and interact with love in your heart. And this is what will help this be in your favor. Okay. Thank you for your reports. Can you tell me if my soulmate is still with his girlfriend and when he will contact me? Okay. We have the Universe and the Six of Pentacles. The Six of the Universe is the card of saying that someone is already taken. So yes, If there's no reason for him to contact you, I don't think he's just going to contact you. But the moon in Taurus, the Six of Pentacles is the moon in Taurus. The moon's going to be in Taurus January 14th and the 15th. So that's a possible date. I just don't think he'll contact you because he seems content with who he is. Unless you're expecting him to contact you, it is what it is. But if you're in a position to contact him, and if you're just waiting for him to contact and there's no context, he's not going to. But if you can contact him and find out, you know, that'll help. Lena Light Tarot, we have the Two of Swords, which is important because with the Lord of Peace restored, this is your moon sign. This is actually the Moon in Libra card. So this Moon in Libra card is telling you to balance your feelings with your objectivity and make sure you take rational decisions and come into compromise where needed. This is going to be important when dealing with certain shady characters who try and manipulate you. They're not going to be able to sway your feelings because you're going to come at everything logically. Lisa, the message that I have for you is the Knight of Wands, okay? And it's the Lord of Flame of Lightning. It's a message of passion that's going to excite you and that's going to put you in a position to really gain a lot of any lost passion or extra passion. It's going to motivate you to feel that towards any creative projects. Geometra, will I beat these dark forces involved in my court case? Claim it right now. As long as you walk in the light and you let go of the need to control this to the dark, you have already won. And we do have the Seven of Pentacles, Lord of Success unfulfilled. There's not a delay, but a slow forward motion of this. It's symbolic because you tipped 777 and we got the Seven of Pentacles. So just take a patient approach to this long term. Yes, you will beat these forces, but the Seven of Pentacles is saying if you give up and you're not necessarily patient, then no. Okay, you'll go through. Darlene, the message from Spirit with the Queen of Cups, the Queen of the Throne of Waters, is to go deeply within your emotional field and to allow yourself to feel the depths of what you are experiencing. You're going to step into so much deeper love, especially for what you do. And this receptivity and compassion will attract the right love to you. Happy birthday, David Rosher. We have the Princess of Pentacles and the Devil. Oh my God. This is a whole mood right here. You can see the Princess of Pentacles looking at the Devil card, just giving them nasty side eye to the Devil. All on some, I don't know what you're on, but you better keep that away from me. So keep that in mind. What this means, David, is to not get distracted by the work you're doing. The Devil card is attempting influence to make you feel that you have to move faster at what you're doing, whereas the Princess of Pentacles is just slow and steady. So don't allow yourself to get tempted, played, or distracted. Janet S., we have the Three of Swords. So you might feel a bit of betrayal or separation. Be prepared to make any sacrifices that you need to make and allow this to show you the truth of the situation. Aaliyah, any financial stability and encouragement from Spirit. Spirit always provides what is needed. However, with the Six of Swords, we have the Lord of earned success. So you're stepping into a positive future. Your ability to problem solve your situations with the help of Spirit will most certainly assure success. And that will come with stability and greater encouragement. K.H. Mason, we have the Nine of Wands. The Lord of great strength is here to remind you that you need to push through and don't give up, especially if these are trying times. Persevere, and not for much longer. The 9 is one more away from 10 completion. So be put in a position to very powerfully and magically Take your experience and discernment and let it work for you. Evil dimples. We have the Four of Pentacles. The Lord of earthly power is here to make you rich. And you're assuring material gain through this process and stabilization of your finances. Congratulations. Alexia, the message that we have for you is the Two of Wands, which is saying that you have to really focus on your contribution to the world and what is it that you desire. Just spend time really, not focusing, not imagining, but focusing on what you want to do with this opportunity to manifest, and what are your original plans and ideas. This will lead to the Three of Wands. Elena Pecina, we have new love for you, the Ace of Cups. This is a psychic breakthrough, and this is an effective level of channeling spirit in clearer ways. All you have to do is just accept this love in. Healing our world together. The channeled message that I have for you is to not necessarily allow a sense of burden to get to you. Don't let people throw stuff on your plate, as you may have to delegate with too much. If you try and do too much on your own, you'll get performance anxiety. So find ways to delegate with people you trust, things that need to be taken care of. Brittany Morris, we have the Strength card. You have the inner power. You have the inner strength. She's this badass of a woman is taming a lion and making dope music with well, I don't know if it's music, but we can call it that. You have the inner strength needed to focus and succeed with your passion, okay? The elements of life, the relationship advice I have for you with the Eight of Pentacles is to be reliable. This is one of the best cards you can get, or advice for relationship. Be consistent, be reliable. The Eight of Pentacles is so focused on their work, nothing distracts them. And they make a name for themselves because of their consistency. So focus on some person, water and nurture them, be consistent. Whether the relationship is amazing, whether it's going to crap, just keep on doing consistent work and you'll be straight. Justina Ancom, claim breakthrough. If you want breakthrough right now, claim it right now with spirit and take the actions needed to commit to that, and you will get to that. The Three of Wands, the Lord of established strength, wants you to make long-term plans. Do you plan out your day? Do you plan out your week? If you do, continue to do so and make these long-term plans that will definitely allow you to see what's possible and to act on your ships that are coming in. This is going to give you an enterprising vision and add excitement. Catherine D, we have the Ten of Cups, the Lord of perfected success. You're coming into such amazing abundance and happiness. This can manifest the best relationship you've ever had and a spiritual connection with someone you love in spirit and your family that's going to be so blissful and happy. Okay. Trich NYC. We do have the Hangman. So when it comes to a divine masculine Sag, if a divine masculine Sag was thinking about you, they would talk to you. Sages are wild. They're going to stop everything they're doing to get at you. I think you need to let go of the Sag and let them go. If you're waiting for someone to make contact, I'm Mars and Aries. I feel like if you want to contact someone, you should contact them instead of waiting for them to contact you. But I do have surrender, let go of this Sag, and you'll get what you want. The Nine of Cups is your wish coming true. So you'll actually end up with someone who satisfies you. I think they're not coming in because you might still be attached to this Sag. Okay. Hope to hear from you soon. Robert Glemius. Patience, grow love, or action. Mars is in Aries, so it's action. The time for patience isn't over, but you want to take action. Trust me. We do have the Three of Swords, though. You have to make a sacrifice, okay? You definitely have to be put in a position where you're cutting something up to make room for something new, and beware of deception so you don't deal with unnecessary heartbreak. Maya the Ruthless, message from the Most High. We have the Five of Swords. The Most High is going to put you on the battlefield, Maya. And it makes sense. The Ruthless. We got the Lord of Defeat. Maya, you have this ability to destroy things, to destroy that which isn't pure. And you want to be in a position to very greatly express that. Okay, you're fighting dark forces through people. So be mindful. The arguments you have aren't just arguments, it's having a lot to do with you using your light power to dispel darkness within others. And it's saying go all out. Don't, it doesn't matter if you seem like the crazy one. Okay, so even with spirit freezing your phone, or these dark forces freezing your phone, this is part of the war that I'm speaking on. And just be willing to do so. Okay. Fleur Jean Laurent, the channeled message regarding your new path is to act authentically. Don't feel like you have to know what to do. As opportunities present themselves, take action. And the whole thing for right now is to not wait on that action. Whatever you know you have to be doing, make sure you do, and ASAP. Okay. Starry Ari 333. What's coming next business wise? We had literally 3 cards hop out. Okay. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Swords, which is talking about you literally ending a period of poverty and material trouble. That's over, because what's next? One moment. Because what's next after that is the Chariot and the 3 of Cups. You moved out of your situation, didn't let it stop you, and you're going to celebrate this business success. So it's like you've taken action to gain momentum out of this negativity, and you're going to achieve resounding victory, to where you're going to tear up and like succeed at this first stage of your business. And this is amazing. Congratulations. Okay, you totally deserve it. Renee J. Smith, we have this Lord of Victory. So you coming into victory too. You're going to gain greater popularity. You're going to gain so much greater power and social grace in the way that you're able. I got you, Maya, no problem. In the way that you're able to really step into your own swagger and charisma. So just claim this victory and step into this leadership position. Rebecca Resser. Okay, we have the 2 of Pentacles, Lords of Harmonious Change. You have everything you need to put into motion what you've begun. So just stay productive. Make sure you're hands-on. Make sure you're hustling. You're going to multiply your income. You can trust income streams. And this is definitely going to take anything you started and exponentially break it through. Okay. Empress, we have 8. You're going to get 8 hoes. Okay. You're going to have a harem of dudes with dog collars on them. And then like 2 more people. No, we have 10. You're just going to have the whole harem of hoes. I can already see it, Empress. They're going to be saying, Daisy Sama, Daisy Sama. And they're going to be feeding you grapes. And you're going to be like, and then like 2 dudes just start massaging your feet. And then you're just like, the life. And it's just going to be on site. You're going to have dudes just begging to be your like, to just to pamper you. Okay. Gabby Marino, happy new year to you too. Ooh, let me do this again. The 10 of Swords wanted to come out. So you're ending a difficult situation. Whatever you ended last year, it's done forever. Okay, keep that in mind. We have the Justice card for you. So there's justice. I think, Gabby, you might have felt unfair. I think something didn't work out for you to where you didn't get the justice you deserved. That justice is coming back around now. So really enjoy that. You're going to feel like justified, like something you did was right. Okay. Victoria Green, let it begin indeed. We have the Princess of the Echoing Hills, the Princess of Pentacles. And this is what is allowing you very powerfully to slowly but surely and methodically come into victory. Whatever you're doing as far as health, you want to commit to, because this is very strongly going to ground your way. Okay. Very amazingly too. This could also indicate studying you're doing that is going to add to your discernment. Paula West, what I need to do for financial abundance. Wow. I know you saw me shuffle that. I know you saw me shuffle that. We have the Lord of Wealth. So you might not really need to do much, Paula. You already are in the midst of this wealth. This is talking about passive income. And this is with the Princess of Pentacles. Just keep studying what you're studying. This is talking about inheritance within the family, but more so you coming into a lot of wealth. You are definitely coming into financial abundance. Just keep doing what you're doing, because I get the sense that this will either be inherited or you just come into a huge windfall. But you want to find ways to invest this passively. Spell zinc. I use sacred geometry in my music, and that's because you're a freaking badass and a gangster. How can I do DNA activations through my music? Okay. As far as how, you already do. You already do. It's funny that you asked that, because you just need to have the intention. You already use sacred geometry, so set the intent. It's interesting. I actually know somebody who does DNA activations, and there's a book especially on how to do it. You don't really need to read that because you already incorporate it. Just take the music you already have and set the intention to do the activation. So you're intended to, because you already do this, you just haven't fully put in the intent. So spell zinc, we do have the Three of Wands. All right. Just with the Lord of Established Strength, plan it out. What is it that you see? How is it that you want the DNA activation to be? There's not a specific way it's supposed to be. How do you want it? How does the DNA activation sponsored by you work? And it's going to work profoundly. And definitely do it on yourself first as well. And I'm totally down to hear that too. You could shoot me one if you want. Brooke H, the general message that I have is the Ten of Swords, the Lord of Ruin. You're ending a difficult situation, but that's going to have to come with the end of a difficult situation as well. Please be in a position to come to terms with what's ended, and don't try and resurrect it. Don't try and bring it back. Just let it die. Okay. Island vibes, sacred union, divine partner guidance. We have the Princess of Rushing Winds. So this is definitely talking about a certain level of coming into information. I think maybe they've had their eye on you because it's the spy card, but it's talking about you coming into the truth of a situation, just a random conversation coming through during Aquarius season for sure. The Page of Swords is all about being inquisitive, though, and asking the right questions, okay? So have some dialogue with the universe, because that'll help facilitate. Wisdom Seeker, Mars transiting 12th house. We have the Ten of Swords, the end. You're going to go through everything that has effectively gotten in your way, and this will lead to the sun, brightness, but you have to go through some difficulty. Okay. And don't let this get in the way. This is just necessary to facilitate a fall so that you can rise again. Okay. Erica Appel, message above. We have the Eight of Wands. The arrows are shooting forth. We just finished Mercury out of Sagittarius. So very quickly, you're going to have an opportunity that just changes your whole world. And you just want to flow with this swiftness, allow this quickness to move you forward accordingly and powerfully as well. Bharti Sharma, love life and income. Well, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So you're problem solving your way out of material struggle, and it's not necessarily going to come to you, but as opportunities arise, just continue to do the right thing. There's a positive future that's starting now, but your love life, of course, and when it comes to love, you want to look towards anything long distance or online, but the message that I'm getting here is what action are you taking to come into greater income? Just keep doing it. You're transitioning right now and take advantage of any opportunities too. Kelly Faber, any special messages? Well, we do have the Six of Swords and the King of Wands that just popped out. I think that appreciate you, Spells Inc. I think that your connection with this King of Wands is slowly developing. This could be with someone who you connect with online, who's independent. You definitely want to talk more with them and see what's on their mind, and also see what's possible. I'm going to be ending the broadcast right now. Once again, I am extending forth this discount, maybe for a week or two. Just hit me with power. Once you know the reading you want, let me know. Say power, and I'll give you the discount link. You stay blessed, y'all. Peace. Okay. I only, by the way, for super chats, I only really do one. I know some of you kind of comment for more detail, but just kind of trust the message I got, especially for you, Barty. There's really nothing I can tell you more about your love life, because the main message is for you to just focus on this transition. Because when you do, this is what will open up love for you, so that you can get through what you're doing. This is why I pulled 2 cards for you, by the way. The 2 cards were for the love and the finance. So y'all stay blessed once again, and until next time.